Hey guys, it's Alex here. I'm just having a little look. I've been on holiday for a week and haven't been out to the maize fields just to see how they're coming on. So I just thought I'd do a little video with you guys and show you what's going on with the different fields, different cultivation techniques that we used, and yeah, the different, what's worked and what hasn't really. So yeah, let's take a look. Okay, so just up here in our top field, that hedge we took out over the winter period, and we had the chipper in, and it was also on the other side there as well. It meant that we only managed to plough the middle of this field, but we didn't plough the edges because we needed to put down the overgrown hedge somewhere, and it got put down here, and then we chipped it. But before we went on holiday, we had about 20 mil of rain, and you can see the rows are just starting to come up because it was so knobbly, it never broke down properly. And I mean, these clods have now broken down nicely, but before the rain came, they were just like balls of you know, stones basically, kind of like billiard ball sizes, and you just could not break them down. Didn't matter what you did with a power harrow, any tool, they were not going down because of the high clay content. What's happened is the water's come, it's touched into the clay, it's shattered them all up. I was worried. I didn't think we'd get anything coming across here at all. I thought maybe the slugs would have taken all the seeds out, because the drill didn't want to go very deep because he was worried about breaking his drill, the contractor. But you can really see the chalk and cheese there between what was ploughed and worked down properly over winter versus what wasn't. So yeah, it's still not a very good field really. You know, some of the plants are a nice height. So let's have a look at these. This is really is a tale of two halves. You got nice plant there, but right next to it you've got quite little tiny plants. They should all be sort of coming up about this height really, so it's still quite a worry. I did just do a little hole in the ground here to see what the moisture is like down there, and there it is. You can see the soil's a little bit darker, and it's quite kind of moist there as well. So there is moisture down there, but we could do with more rain. Definitely, we had about 8 mil on a couple of days ago over the weekend. So that will help. Every little bit helps, and we just got to keep having kind weather. So hopefully we'll get that from the good Lord. I'll show you some other fields then, guys. Okay, here's another one of the fields that we put the cover crop in and a subsoil. We then power harrowed it, but we didn't roll it. And I mean, it's not too bad. They're all up, but the rows are quite scattered. I mean, here's a classic example. You know, nice crop, nice plant there. Right next to a much smaller one, and I think that was the wrong call, not to roll it and retain the moisture. So yeah, we're going to have a look at the ones which we have rolled. I mean, again, they're a little bit patchy, so yeah, it's hard to know. I mean, again, down here, another little char hole, nice and damp soil. So yeah, there is moisture down there, but again, always helpful if we had another 10-20 mil on it. Okay guys, so here's the ex-grassland field. It's also patchy as well. I mean, you know, you can just see going ahead there, pretty light little tiny rows, and a nice green patch and back. But this is kind of where a good plant should be. I mean, that's over my knee, and I'm not short, so yeah, a little sort of funny patch of nice crops there, and then just on disappears. Don't really know why. So yeah, these were not rolled, so we're going to have a look at what the fields were that were rolled, and we'll go from there. Now, just before we go on to the rolled land, this is a field that is next to where we had the sewage cake planted, and the guy who was spreading the cake decided to do a number of different tram lines up and down this field, and therefore what we had to do is pull up with a subsoiler the ground, and then try and give it a another cultivation, and it's just not good in a dry spring because it's just dried out and it just has not come at all. So yeah, he didn't do us much favors, the guy spreading the cake. You can see there's a real line there. He didn't want to drive on the grass verge. He thought it was some sort of footpath, but it wasn't. And yeah, again, I didn't closely supervise him, so the blame rests on me, but there you go, lesson learned. Okay guys, so here's probably one of our better fields, 55 acre. I'm just looking at the headland, which actually looks really good. Again, really nice tall plants here, but again, next to it, you know, for whatever reason, it just hasn't germinated, didn't quite get that soil seed moisture contact, and we've got a wheat row. But overall, I think we're sort of pretty much agreed that the right strategy was to roll it and try and obtain any moisture rather than leaving it slightly open like we did on the other fields. I think you'd have to say this is a slightly better field than what else is out there, but again, very patchy. If we could get some nice rain and nice warmth, this would really take off, a nice kind July. But yeah, I think somebody says that it needs to be up to your knee by July. Well, it doesn't look like we're going to get there on this, so yeah, it's going to be a fun harvest come October. I think we'll be harvesting late this year. Okay guys, we're just back here at the AD plant. We've got a pump which is just up there, and it sends hot water out to the combi bag, which is the secondary digester just behind me. And unfortunately the pump has gone down. So we've got a spare, which is just here. And I'm going to try and take that one out. I've turned off all the isolator switches, which one is there. You can see. That's right there, that's one. There's another one on the other side, further down. And I've tried to isolate it as best I can. I think I'm going to get covered in hot water, but we'll give it a go. Okay guys, so yeah, I cracked open that pump with my Allen key, but unfortunately the water's still pissing out, so I'm going to have to go next door because the water's hot and it's coming from the CHP. So I'm going to go into the CHP and do a soft close on the engine. So I just press this, put it to manual. Press that. So just going down, soft close. It'll slowly take that down the kilowatts. It doesn't want to stop it instantly because the turbo on it. It needs to cool down gradually. We'll give that 20 minutes, half an hour. Hopefully the water will have cooled down sufficiently so I'm not burning my hand with this. Okay guys, the green line is the temperature. It's come off quite nicely. Just show you that axis, 70, 60, 50. There was a little spike up just on the end there. I forgot I had the gas boiler running, so I'll just wait a little bit longer, keep taking it down, and then we can replace that over. Okay, so I've put the new one in now. Here's the old one here, and here's the wires for the new one. So I've got to take off this, replug this in, but now I'll go back into the process room and I can restart CHP. The header pressure's gone down because all the water's leaked out, so I'm just going to start adding some water over here. There we are. Turn on the digester heating, district heating pump. Water heating, yeah, that's on. Fans on. CHP. switch back on, and finally the dryer pump, switch that on, and then I can go and try and restart the engine. So just gonna okay, so just start cranking, let's see if it starts. Better call Kenny, get him to start it. She's not running. No, yeah, there we are. Okay, call to Kenny at Shenton's, get the machine working. Okay, so it's just taking the cover off of the switch, and I've got to unplug this one and then put this one back in. So got 3 wires, the earth, the live and the neutral. Take those out and switch on, and fingers crossed I don't blow myself up or blow up the pump. Okay guys, so I've plugged that back in, I switched it on momentary, and it's now working, although you can't see the dark because the sunlight is too bright. Takes the hot water from the engine into the ground, it pops up over there and then heats the combi bag basically, and makes sure that the combi bag's at the right temperature, and yeah, so that's what we've got going on there. So that's that job done. Okay guys, we're just up here at the top barn where we store our grain. We've been pulling up some old buildings behind the grain store. We're going to try and put down another concrete pad here so we can drop the grain on it, and yeah, we just got Dennis on the 20 tonner there cleaning off all the old back area. It used to be quite kind of stoned up here, so it's kind of got a mixture now of sort of stone and topsoil and basically all sorts of rubbish here. This heap here is a bit of clay and a bit of brick. We're going to try and see if we can riddle through that to save out some hardcore. So yeah, there we go. More digging of pads. Okay guys, we're just down here at our little shed that we're going to try and put up. We're just digging the holes at the moment. All the cones have been done. We've got Barry there on the tractor. He's got his shirt off. He looks like Vladimir Putin. So yeah, we're going to have a look at the holes. So these have all been dug out now. We've got a few more to dig out over that side where the holes, where the squares are. But otherwise, we're all good. I'm going to put the waste in this bucket here. And Richard's got the little mini digger. guys, we've just got a load of mixed gravel coming in here, and we're going to tip it out, mixed ballast I should say, and then we'll tip it out and start mixing our cement for our bases around the corner. So there it all is, fresh from the quarry. Okay guys, so we're just back up here at the back of the grain stores. We're just pulling out all this base, and this is where our new pad is going to go, so we can pour corn and wheat before we ship it into the dryer, which is just through there. A lot of material that we're just having to pull up here and try and get the levels right on. So Dave's just riddling out the stone there and seeing if he can save some of the material. And we'll have to dig out the pad. Got a couple of little, one there, and one over there. 20 by 20 foot pad, and we'll have to dig that down a good 500 mil or so, and then we can get some stone in and pack it in before we lay the concrete. But that's just another little project that's going on up here at the moment. So we're just down at the plant here, mixing some cement out of that aggregate that got delivered, and yeah, Barry and Richard are there just using a bucket mixer, so we're going to take a look. Just filling the first hole there. What a good dry mix that one. Barry's just putting the first base in there, making sure it's where he wants it. That'll be the reference for the rest of the site. I'm getting all your secrets, Barry. Taking all his knowledge. Okay guys, so we're just back here on our pad that we're levelling out for the shed, and you can see just behind me there we've got some of the concreting done. We've done 3 holes so far. We've got a fair amount more to do, a couple more days of just concreting using our pan mixer, but that's going quite well, and yeah, so we'll get on next week with filling these holes in and then leveling up our pad up by our grain stores. So we've got a couple of jobs to do with the laser level for next week. So yeah, thanks for watching. Cheers.